And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. It's Friday, and what's the exact time? Hold on a second. Hold on. 6:15 a.m. You gotta love it. Um, Today's show. Let me see what we got lined up. I got a big PM show. The PM work on making a PM show today. I'm gonna see if I can pull it off. I don't know for certain, but I'm gonna try. The PM show will be a members only, and we're going over how DeFi is going to be a monster and smart contracts, how the world's going to put those together. And I don't know why somebody's calling me right now. Let me turn off my phone. And what's going to happen is we got DeFi, which is massive. Wait, hold on a minute. Okay. So let me get back into the show here. That's for tonight's show. If I can pull one off, I got some things lined up for this evening. If I can make a show, it's going to be a members only show, and we'll be discussing how DeFi and the world will use smart contracts in the future. That'll be pretty interesting because there's a association for financial markets in Europe, and they have a paper here. How many pages is it? 16 pager, and they talk about how they're going to, because DeFi is how everything's going to run. So that's pretty interesting right there. Let's get into today's show. Let me first see who was here first today. We've got Nosy Parker. Interesting. A blast from the past. And number two, 1970 legend. Then Alex Nova, who's a new member. Okay. And then you got Helio Bob, Lakey XRP. Okay, let me get into. Oh, disclaimer: my name's CryptoHawk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. Don't believe anything on the show. Everything's a lie. You'll be destroyed. I'm the biggest liar on YouTube. Don't take any kind of financial advice from me. There you go. Now, first article of the show is a good one. It's major important. Yes, absolutely. This one right here. You got to listen to this one. The New York Fed. Now, remember New York Fed in your head because this is massive. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you clearly what this whole project was all about, which crypto will be used, and there will be 3 of them. And my channel will show you evidence that goes back 10 years, partnerships that go back 10 years, how the government's involved in this. And I have 100% evidence that no other channel has, showing you, oh, which crypto are we talking about today, Crypto Hulk? I'm going to show you this. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York and First Ripple partner, by the way, goes back 10 years ago. Yep, I'll show you the proof. Says that proof of concept run with a host of banks has demonstrated the feasibility of a regulated digital asset settlement platform supported by shared ledger technology. What did this just say? Because they speak in a lot of, let me break this down. You got the Federal Bank of New York. Okay, let's say this. The Federal Reserve Bank, and one of their offices is in New York. Okay, so we're talking the United States government is involved in a project with a group of banks. Now, all these banks just 95% just happen to be Ripple partners. Okay, officially Ripple partners. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. um, so we've got the Federal Bank of New York says that proof of concept run with a host of banks has demonstrated the feasibility of it. Now they're talking about a regulated digital asset platform. Okay, so what's going to happen in the future is they know that whatever's done on a ledger is open to the public to see. So banks want to keep their stuff private. So they cannot be having everybody see what's going on. That's part of the issue right now. Why this is taking so long is they've got to figure out ways to hide stuff so that we don't see it. Now, it's okay for them to see all the stuff that we do, but not okay for us to see what they do. That's kind of basically what's happening. And they have done and they've completed um, a project, and it's called the Regulated Liability Network. It says now let me read this thing again. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York and Ripple Partner says that a proof of concept, which was a project they've done with a host of banks that are Ripple partners, have demonstrated the feasibility, meaning it worked, the project worked, of having what? A regulated crypto settlement platform. And it was supported by shared ledger technology. So we all know that the XRP ledger is interoperable. Okay. So we've got basically the government admitting they did an experiment with all these banks on an interoperable crypto ledger. And we all know what crypto deals with the banks and all that stuff, and that's XRP. No other one. That's why everybody calls XRP, oh, the banker's coin. Well, guess what? Guess what crypto all the banks are going to run on? The banker's coin. Hey, everybody's been calling us that for years, right? They've been calling us that for years, trying to say that that's a bad thing. Well, it's going to be a bad thing for them when we're rich and they're fucking broke, okay? the New York's the New York Federal's New York Innovation Center worked with banks, including Citibank, Ripple partner, HSBC, Ripple partner, and Wells Fargo, Ripple partner, as well as Swift and a company called Settle, SETL. They hired a Ripple executive, by the way, just a couple of months ago. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. And they did all this work on the proof of concept, exploring a regulated liability network. See, Swift, this is what I kind of believe. Now, this whole project's wholesale CBDC. This is for all the big money. This is for all the big money. We're not dealing with the poor folk, okay? This is for all the massively rich companies and corporations and countries. They don't just have a network, they have a regulated network. So again, see how Swift is kind of like, if you don't follow directions in the world and you get all kinds of bad, then they simply shut you out of Swift and you can't trade. Guess what? This regulated network is. It's like a new Swift. So it's a regulated network. And all the top world's richest banks are doing experiments and they just completed it. And guess what? It works. So they're going to have this, let's say, football field. And if you don't got the invitation, you can't play. And guess what that means? Your country's fucking broke. Okay. Now let's continue. The experiment was designed to see whether shared ledger technology, like Ripple's interledger protocol, could tackle some of the frictions of today's payment system, such as speed. Well, today's the speed super slow. Today, the cost is expensive. You can only send money during certain hours, and the settlement process is like horrendous. Sometimes your money gets lost and they got to go find it. Okay. This is what traditional payment systems suffer from. So, what this project has done, and I said it's done, they've already completed the project. They've solved all these problems through all the sandbox tests that they've done. The business work stream. So here we go. What do they conclude? They concluded that they have right now a global, near real time, 24/7 payment system that's almost free. I'm adding that. Could be delivered through the regulated liability network concept, enhancing the processing of what cross border payments denominated in what US dollars. Oh man, so they're going to control the network, control the money being used. Oh man, oh man. The technical work stream or the project validated that the proposed architecture, which is, you'll find out, it'll be the XRP ledger, is the architecture. See, they're trying to be real slick here, but I'm going to show you at the end. I'm going to show you 100% evidence proof that goes back 10 years on what crypto project they're using. And it's going to be absolute lovely. But let's continue. We got to have dinner before we have dessert. Okay, we're almost done. This article's super short. I'll probably be done in 2 minutes or less. They're talking about a common source of truth, standard transaction data, and privacy for all the participants on the network. Privacy. Get this. So what they're working on, the project's done, but what they're still working on is privacy because they don't want us to see all the trillions on the blockchain. So they're going to have to try to hide it. I got another article later about England and how they're going to try to hide transactions so that people don't see them because they're scared to death. They know that a public blockchain is just that. It's public. And we start seeing 50 trillion or 50 billion going here and 900 million going over there. People be like, damn, that's a lot of money. Where's all this money going? And we'll be able to figure out who's sending who what. They don't want that. So right now they're developing programs to try to hide, kind of like what we do. See, when we use something like Tornado Cash, which is like an autonomous kind of a entity, right? We can use Tornado Cash to try to kind of blend up our crypto so nobody can see where to track it and send it out. They're doing the same thing. They're trying to do the same thing. So we can't see theirs, but they can see ours. What? How's that possible? So we can't mix our cash on the internet through a mixer. Just one of them is Tornado Cash, and there's others, but we can't mix ours, but they're trying to develop a way where they can mix theirs. Oh, we're getting into that article later in the show. Seems kind of fucked up to me. Now, it's illegal if we do it, but not them. Okay, just showing you. Just showing you. Okay, so at the very end of this, here's what they say. The working group, or we'll call this the project, the RLN project, has not committed to future phases connected to this. So what they're saying is we're not necessarily going to do any more future experiments on this. This is what they're saying. But they do say that the findings or their results highlight areas for further research and analysis. So they found questions that they want to research and stuff. And that's kind of how they end that particular article. Let's see, we got here Mr. J Crypto. That's why they went after Zcash. Why have government officials delayed going to digital ledger system so they could launder billions out of the system before the changeover? Now you know why unlimited debt ceiling. Not a zip says first the testing, then the blessing. Excuse me. Oh, did somebody get 1970 legend gifted 10 people? I was kind of caught up in the article there, buddy. So I didn't see you when you hooked up 10 people. My God. So who are these 10 people? I want to know. Dara Carlton was gifted by 1970. Ross Loons was gifted a membership in 1970. Lawrence Williams was gifted a membership in 1970. Ann Bush Hunting and Outdoors was gifted by 1970 legend. Extra Rich People was gifted. Blend Brothers. And then Travis Turner was gifted a membership by 1970 legend. Gerald Vestal was gifted. And then True was gifted a membership by 1970 legend. And then Armor of God Jr., really? was gifted a membership by 19. I'm waiting for a Hulk Jr. I'm waiting for somebody to join the channel. Their name will be Hulk Jr. Crypto Hulk Jr. That'll be the one I'm waiting for. And there you have it. Let me check back. Oh, XR Peking Duck 7.77. Thank you for that. Very clear. He's like, dude, I'm going to give you the easiest fucking code. Now, if you don't get this, he's like, I'm going to give you a code that probably a chimpanzee could figure out. Okay. If you're new, the law of attraction got you here. I'm not going to avoid that one. That's a whole nother subject there, buddy. Check portfolio. Oh, man. It's getting a little warm in here, everybody. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. We just read about the New York Fed, 10 banks that are involved. Well, there's banks involved that we named some of them. The full list of the banks will be in my show from last night, the members only show from last night. If you want to watch it, new members can now watch my members only show from last night, and then I'm going to make a members show for tonight, members only show for tonight. So we went over the New York Fed, and there was about 10 banks involved in this regulated liability network. You got Amazon in there and stuff. I showed you a link to myself. I gave you a link to the Crypto Hulk channel. I want you to go up to the 1 minute and 22 second mark. 1 minute, 22 seconds. This is from a previous show. 1 minute, 22 second mark. What I'm showing you is a 10-year-old Ripple Labs Meet the Team. This was from when Ripple first started, when they first came out of the closet. And they had a team of people that they started with. Now, remember, they're a startup company, but yet they have Apple, Goldman Sachs, really? From day one. Interesting. Google. Now, I'm going to push the play button on mine. So now if you go to the 1 minute, 27 second, range. Well, looky here. Who was the 2013 members of Ripple? We've got Microsoft. We've got the North American Space Exploration, which is NASA. And then, well, looky here. We have the New York Fed. I'm not going to talk about the spy agency, the national, not going to say security, not going to say agency that's also an early Ripple team member. Remember how that video went around that said Homeland went to go interview the four Satoshis and da-da-da. You know why Homeland never told us who they were? Because they work for that three-letter agency you're seeing right here on this page. Oh, damn, Crypto Hulk. You're really blowing it up. Yeah. See, the reason, and these other channels just don't get it, but I'm going to show you how to get it because we got it here. The reason Homeland can't tell you who the four Satoshis are is because the three-letter agency you see here right on my page and no other, that three-letter agency is involved in cryptographic stuff. Gee, Crypto Hulk, that's fucking brilliant. Yeah. So they can't tell you because they found out that another agency was the one that made like Bitcoin and all that shit. All right. So today I'm giving you a two for one. You're getting who the agency right here that does all the spy stuff and crypto stuff. That's who the four Satoshis work for. So these other channels that are like, well, they know who made it. And da, da, da. Yeah, they do. And I'm showing you who it really is. It's this agency right there. That's who made it. That's why Homeland can't announce who it is because they work for another three-letter agency. And the other channels are like, oh, and all these other people, they know who made it and stuff. Okay, well, on my channel, I show you facts and reality. I don't do guessing. So back to our major, massive point here. I'm showing you what's never on any other channel. This is the only channel that shows this. You've got the New York Fed. Okay, they started with Ripple from day one. And if we go back to my original news article for this show, what does it say here? The New York Fed and banks upbeat on digital dollar pilot results. There you go. So this regulated liability network is involved with the New York Fed. And guess what? The New York Fed's been involved with for 10 years. You got it. Ripple. And what does Ripple do? They deal with wholesale payments. And what's in this first paragraph here? The RLN is a network for what? Wholesale payments. Bada bing, bada boom. Crypto Hulk just showed you what crypto's involved with this project called the Regulated Liability Network. Thank you very much. We've got AITCH. Thank you very much for that donation. Appreciate that there, buddy. And let me go through. The Fed stopped right after you said three-letter agency. The feed stopped right after you said three-letter agency buffering. Oh. So if you want to know, just go into my past, go on the link that I provided you. Let's see if it shows the link. Well, I'll just show the link in. So if anything got cut out, they always do this because they know, like, damn, this Crypto Hulk guy, he sure does bring it. They don't do this on other channels, just on mine. See, they can't compete. This platform knows that they have to cheat to beat me. It's a corporation. Imagine this. You got a corporation that has all these little paid people, these other channels. And they get sweetheart deals from YT. And but I have to compete with my channel against all the other channels on YouTube, and then I got to compete against YouTube itself. And then since I whoop YT, they got to do stuff like cut out and buffer my show when I start getting all truthful and stuff. It's amazing. So there you go. That whole regulated liability network is the New York Ed and Ripple. Next, let's go to the Bank of England. Copy and paste. The Bank of England taps a company called Nuggets, Nuggets, for what? Digital pound privacy layer. We just talked about that in the previous article. So, what England wants to do, the Bank of England wants to hide their transactions, but not allow their people to use Tornado Cash. But it's okay for them to hide, but not for us. I'm telling you, these government people are criminals. All of them. Remember, CryptoHawk's an equal opportunity offender. If I haven't said shit about your country yet, trust and believe it's coming. The Bank of England has enlisted payments platform Nuggets to work on a what? A privacy and identity layer. Oh man. See, they're trying to hide all their shit. That's why this crypto hasn't taken off. One of the reasons is the government needs to find their version of Tornado Cash. Just saying, all right? These stupid fucks. See, they always do that. They can't be on a level playing field with us because they know that we're going to win. So they have to do all this kind of cheating stuff to hide. We can't do what they do, but they can do what they do. Got it. Systems rigged. All right. Nuggets, which was built technology for decentralized identity. Oh, really? So Nuggets is a platform that's specifically made to hide your identity, but it's okay for the government. See, when it comes to you and me, Tornado Cash is bad, 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 bad. But for the government, Tornado Cash is good, 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 good. See how all this works? Nuggets, which has built technology for decentralized identity, worked with the Bank of England and the Bank for International Settlements on the recently completed Project Rosalind, which explored how a universal and extensible API layer could connect central bank and private sector infrastructures and enable retail CBDC payments. Okay. So they're trying to make an API layer, like they want to kind of connect platforms, and then they want to have a Tornado Cash type thing hide everything. Okay, that's what they're doing. And they want to have retail CBDC money running through this so they can track us. Now, Nuggets, the firm, is being asked by the central bank, listen to this, to design a private and secure system that what? Prevents the tracking by common people like us and blocks correlation of transactions, as well as stop fraud and money laundering. If we wanted to stop fraud and money laundering, we should get rid of all the people in the government. That would probably be step one. But let me continue. Earlier this week, Financial Services Minister Andrew Griffith cited privacy, oh, here we go again, as a reason to proceed cautiously with designs for the digital pound. Okay, just like what I'm saying, because I've been wondering, okay, look, I'm going to tell you what, Bank of England, has been like a Ripple partner since when? Uh, like years ago. I mean, it's not brand new. They've been with probably Ripple for at least 3 to 4 years or more. Okay. Um, they want the financial services minister again wants to proceed cautiously because the reason it's taken so long is they've got to figure out a way to hide all their transactions. That's what's going on. That's one of the reasons why this shit has taken so long. They're telling us right here. I'm not making shit up. I'm literally reading to you. They keep talking about privacy and they want to design a private and secure system that prevents the tracking of their crypto. And by who? By us. They're telling us right now what they're trying to do. So that's pretty shady, if you ask me. Um, the Bank of England says they're going to have what they call Britcoin around 2025, maybe. So in like a year and a half from now. Okay. So yeah, they're going to have one. It might be in 2025 or later, but that's what we're getting at. It's whenever they can figure out a way to hide what they do. That's when they're going to have one. Then we got good old Robert Driscoll. Tough to beat facts. Thanks, Hulk. Robert, thank you very much for that. Matt XRP. Hulk, I'm in the UK, but I've seen some bad legislation. They're trying to bring out, e.g., crypto confiscation. In some case, not going to happen around my house. I know I read an article where the UK wants to be able to pass laws to confiscate criminals' crypto. And I said that. And what that does, it's a door. You start with governments seizing crypto from bad people like criminals, then they'll pass a law to where they can seize it from average criminals, and then they seize a law where they can just take it from average people. That's how the process works. It's called evolution. Charles Darwin, evolution. Now let's look at the Bank of England real quick here. We're not going to. That article's pretty much done. I'm just showing you a couple truth bombs here. Bank of England. Now, Bank of England picks a Ripple partner called Accenture to create a payments network. This was 3 years ago. So there's that article there. Next, this is the last one for England. Ripple joins the Digital Pound Foundation 2 years ago. So, okay, I'll just tell you how I really feel. Well, don't you already, Crypto Hulk? No, I don't. Shut up. So, what I really feel is this. There's power players in England, Germany, and France, like people that are like controlling the world power, okay? And it might even be that these countries, they are working with Ripple. I've already shown you from day one, 2013-ish, Ripple's first customer was Fedora Bank in Germany. Oh wow, we're taking it way back. It's like 10 years ago. Then that Fedora Bank transfers over to France. Let me tell you something, and trust and believe the English are right there. So, and I don't have proof. Remember that now the Fedora Bank shit. I've already done the shows on it. That's solid proof. um, I don't have proof that the most powerful people in the world live in England, Germany, and France. That's just my opinion. Just this is Crypto Hawk's opinion minute. But what I believe, in my opinion, is that England, I'm going to tell you from day one, it was probably involved with this Ripple thing because this Ripple thing is really our government. It didn't start off like that. It started off with a private citizen, and I think he's Canadian, by the way. Same way as Vitalik Buterin and Joseph Blue. All these people come out of Canada. Very interesting why all this happened. But it's like I'll bet you England with this Bank of England, like they know exactly what's going on. Like they're one of the biggest, poorest liars. They can't lie. So it's just interesting to me how they're just, gosh, we just don't know how to make it private. Man, like that's all bullshit. England's been around this game. The same thing with Germany and France for 10 fucking years. These people know exactly what the hell's going on. The Crypto Hulk bullshit alert is going off. Reading the article here with England stuff, because the bank's just like, oh yeah, we need to find now. Maybe they haven't found privacy layer. Maybe Ripple hasn't made that, so they've got to now outsource that and find it from this Nuggets or whatever. That could be it. Maybe they have the technology, but Ripple never invented no privacy and tornado cash kind of type device. Somebody else has to invent that. Maybe that's why it's taken so long. But I just thought I'd throw in a little opinion there with that. It's kind of fun to see all this stuff going down. We got that one. Okay. Britain's banks roadmap. Okay, here's another one. Britain, I don't know about Britain. They're always trying to pretend like they're fucking stupid. Let me show. We're gonna do another Britain article because I'm just feeling like these people are lying or something. We're gonna go over the article. Britain's banks seek government roadmap to tokenize stocks and bonds. Now, this is big news. What we got going on here is tokenization. That's the number 2 thing to be rich. I get the question all the time, Crypto Hulk, when are we going to get rich? Okay, number 1, when the whole world has the game rules, which are crypto regulation rules. Everybody's got to have that first. There ain't nothing going to happen. Okay, you might have little speculation pumps. That doesn't mean a fucking thing. This thing takes off when we have global crypto regulations. All right, let's focus on the facts, not about these dumb little pumps that happen and shit. Even Bitcoin going to 80,000, back down to 15, back up to that's all fucking dumb shit. All right. So we've got to have global crypto regulations. That's first. The next thing we need is global crypto tokenization. So that's got to happen globally. Right here, what are we reading about? Britain's banks want a clear path on tokenization so they can make us all rich. Now, I had to reword that a little bit from the title so we understand what's going on. But Britain's banks want a government roadmap so that they can tokenize stocks and bonds. Look, Britain's banks and financial institutions don't want to start doing all this crypto work shit. They don't want to, they have no roadmap to follow. So it's kind of like, well, do we do it on our own? And then what if we fuck up later, right? So they're asking, hey, the banks of England are saying, hey, can you give us a fucking roadmap so we know where to go? That's basically what's going on, all right? Because they've got stocks, bonds, securities, commodities, derivatives. This is all the money. And the banks are ready. Now, that's a good sign. When the banks are telling the government we need a roadmap, that's lovely. Because before, the banks don't want nothing to do with this shit. The banks are like, oh, no, we have nothing to do with this crypto stuff. Listen where we're at now. Now the banks are asking the government, please give us a roadmap so we can tokenize all this stuff into cryptos. That's why this is still kind of exciting. Britain's role as a leading financial center is at stake unless it comes up with a roadmap for digital representations of stocks, bonds, and all this stuff. Let me kind of repeat that again. Now, here's what they claim. Britain claims, England claims, well, I know there's different cases. So Britain is a whole general area. So Britain is claiming that they're going to miss out if they don't get on this real quick. All right. It says Britain's role as leading financial center is at stake unless Britain comes up with a roadmap for for kryptonizing stocks, bonds, loans, and real estate. That's what, that's what they're saying. And it's fine for me. They're looking at this as a catastrophe, like, holy fuck, we need a roadmap. And I'm saying, bring it. Get desperate. Please get desperate. Can we get this show on the road? So-called tokenization or tokenized assets. So when you take my house, tokenize it, and put it on the blockchain, that then increases the value of whatever. Let's say you put that my house on the XRP ledger. Now we've just bumped up the value of the ledger. Now, if 100 million people put their houses on the ledger all around the world, and if millions and billions of people tokenize, I don't know, their art paintings, their whatever it is, okay, their deposits they have in banks or whatever, that is what increases the value of crypto. So that's what in England, they're feeling like we've got to get this done or we're going to lose out. And I say, get desperate. Please get desperate, England. And so we can move like tomorrow. That would be great. The report was written with consultants over Oliver Wyman, a guy named Oliver Wyman, I guess, and tokenized issuance is still a fraction of the securities issued on traditional exchanges. What they're saying is this: on traditional stock markets, there's tokenized securities, but guess what? It's only like that. So I'm kind of showing you where they're at. They're talking about a fraction. So that's why crypto's not worth much, okay? In this article, they're telling the government we need to tokenize stuff, okay? Because we're going to fall behind. That's what England is saying. England is saying, hey, government, in places like Singapore, Hong Kong, France, Germany, they're already ahead of us. So English banks are kind of like, you need to get on the ball, you know? So because England is different. In Europe, they have what's called MiCA, markets in crypto assets. So in Europe, and I'm going to separate that from Britain, in the EU, let me be more specific. In the EU, they're putting together their crypto laws and regulations. That's what markets and crypto assets is about. Britain doesn't have that. So the British are now seeing Europe starting to catch up and even pass Britain. So that's why I was reading this article to you to show you that Britain's got to speed stuff up. Time to start token. Yes. And I'm starting to realize the help just got here. Just wanted to say thanks for your dedication. I'm going to head back to the start, says Darren White. Now we just got, okay, now I'm going to show you the bullshit in that article, okay? I'm going to show you the bullshit right now. So England's government, England's banks, they're all saying stuff like, oh, or the trade associations like, oh, we need to catch up. Oh, we need to do this. Well, I got an article here. We've done this before. I've shown you this article before. like a couple days ago. Look right here. You have an article dated 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Now, if you look in the upper left corner, R3. R3 is a Ripple partner. They since broke up, but R3 still uses Ripple technology. They do. There's even a lawsuit. R3 wanted to have a ton of XRP before they left. They know that they're going to use it. R3 is a platform. R3 is the company. The platform's Corda. And the crypto they use is XDC. What we're looking at here is what's called the SIX Digital Exchange. Okay. It's a major stock exchange for the whole entire world. Okay. It's in Switzerland, but people from all around the world can get in there. And if you can get like the government to give you permission to buy and sell on it, and you can get in there. I'm not getting into the specifics on who's allowed because that's not a scope of the show. What I'm trying to show you here is you have this massive stock exchange that's based on R3, which is crypto. All right. And I've done this show before. The SIX exchange is a major turning point in the digital transformation of financial markets. What we have with the SIX digital exchange is a fully integrated trading, settlement, and custody infrastructure. It's all that in a bag of chips, okay? So you can trade, you can settle payments, they can even custody crypto for you. That's what this SIX digital exchange is. Now, down below here, they talk about in the what paragraph is this? So you can follow along. 1, 2. In the third paragraph, it says here at the last sentence, the entire workflow on the SIX digital exchange, listen, is facilitated through Corda's private. Let's say private. Let me repeat that. Private. See, England's talking about, oh, we need privacy. Oh, it's already there. England's trying to act like they don't know what the fuck's going on. All right. So, because look, there's no way that I know more than the English government. That's not possible. So they're playing dumb. Oh, gosh, we don't know how to make it private. Oh, man, what are we going to do? Let's hire the Nuggets. Let's try to get the Nuggets platform. That's so fucking stupid. You've got the SIX digital exchange running on R3's Corda, utilizing the crypto XDC. And in this paragraph here, they're talking about Corda's private, permissioned, and industrial strength platform. England, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you lying? Why are you trying to lie and act like, oh, gee, what are we going to do? We're going to fall behind, Germany and shit. Like, England is so fucking stupid. England is the worst fucking liar, probably more of a bigger liar than me. All right? They're trying to play like, oh, shit, we don't know what platform and whatever we're going to use for our banking and shit. Oh, my God. Are you fucking serious? These people are so fucking stupid. So, for brand new people, and I realize that the earlier one's talking about banking system and this is talking about trading. Look, they're going to work hand in hand. So I'm sure R3 Court has got something for the banks or whatever for that dumb shit. So basically, I want you to just look over this article on your own free time. It's very important for you to look through this article. I'm not going over and reading the whole thing and explaining it to you right now. It's very short. But there's a website here. This is the R3 website with trading with the SIX digital exchange. And at the upper right corner, you've got solutions, products, services, and support, company, resource. There's a whole lot of stuff. If you want to learn more about this particular topic of England lying to us, saying that we don't have any privacy. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? These people are so fucking immature. Like, they're not even good at what they're lying about. So let me check some comments here. I think we're probably about wrapped up. Eric Goldsmith. Eric, thank you very much for your donation to the channel. Eric says they bury your live show beneath 5 to 6 older videos. They do all these kinds of things because, like I said, they can't compete with me. I've got the Google company, which is YT, cannot compete with me. So they have to do all this cheating stuff. Isn't that amazing? Like, I'm actually proud of that. Like, I'm pissed because my channel should have like at least half a million to half a million followers at a minimum. But you know what? I'll keep cranking out videos with 287 people on at a time, and I'm going to keep doing what I do. I've got some other platforms I'm working on right now, but it's not a numbers game to me; it's a truth game, and I take pride in the fact that I have to have a corporation that they've got all these fake people. Like, I won't say, but they got all these fake people on their channels and stuff, and it's like they don't do nothing to them. Then on my channel, there's like 15 different things they do to bust the channel down. And it's like, I'm not much of a threat that they got to do that. I take that as pride for me personally, that I've got a corporation that has to do illegal shit because they can't compete with me. I'm just some guy who sits on the floor and I'm better than them. I'm like, pat myself on the back for that one. This video has been glitching like crazy. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They can't handle the truth, man. All right. I've got to get going. Show, that's good enough. 51 minutes. I'll be working on another show tonight. Hopefully, I can get that show out tonight. Um, I'm not certain, but I'll try. The glitch shows us just loot, how much loot we effing with. Okay, that was. Well, some of your vids have no views. I checked further and they're marked not available. Interesting. That's not even possible, but I believe with what you're saying. But they just don't want you to see this information. It's too real. Great morning show. And that'll be it for this particular show. And I'll see you in my next one.